Are you thinking about selling your own home because real estate commissions are just too high for you to pay? My name's Tyler Timmer with Think Real Estate Benefits, and today we're going to go over what the real cost of selling your own home is and the invaluable support that us realtors can give you. Selling a home is no simple task. Some homeowners choose to do a for sale by owner to avoid paying realtor fees, but there's some challenges that they're just not prepared for or ready to undertake. A recent article published by the National Association of Realtors surveyed homeowners who recently sold their homes by themselves. There was 3 common problems that always kept coming up. 1, pricing their home correctly. 2, getting their home ready to take it to the market. And 3, properly managing the required paperwork. For most people, their home is their most valuable asset. So why would you sell it by not using a professional? Real estate agents help sellers so much more than people really think. They just think we're here to collect a check, but there's 4 reasons that we really help sellers out and put their mind at ease. The first crucial point of selling your home is determining the right price. If it's too low, you're not going to maximize your investment. If it's too high, it's not going to sell. There's a price point that's perfect, that's going to maximize your investment and help you sell it fast. Unless you're tracking the real estate market in your area, you just don't know the market trends and what's going on and where to price and how to price. So using a real estate agent can really help benefit you and sell your house faster and for more money. So you want to sell your house by yourself. That's fine. This is America. You can do whatever you want to do. But there's 4 major things you're going to have to look forward to when you sell your house by yourself. One of the most important things you're going to have to do if you sell a home by yourself is get effective marketing and exposure. The best way to get qualified buyers is to get it out there so more people can see your listing. If you decide to sell your home by yourself, you may struggle to reach a mass audience. It's going to bring in fewer agents, fewer buyers, and ultimately it may leave you selling at a lower price than you expected. On the other hand, if you use a real estate agent, they can put it on the MLS, and as soon as it hits the MLS, it syndicates to over 100, maybe 200 sites so that anybody in the area, even across the country, can see your listing, bring in more potential buyers, and hopefully drive that price up. So if you do decide to sell your home by yourself, you're going to save money on those realtor fees, but you may not be getting top dollar on selling your property. The second thing you need to know is pricing your home correctly and the housing market. If you have an in-depth knowledge of the housing market, that's great, so you can price your home correctly. But if you don't, you run the risk of it being priced too high or too low. If it's too high, it's going to stay on the market too long, and you're not going to get top dollar. If it's too low, you're going to settle on a price, and you're not going to maximize your investment. If you use a real estate agent, that goes out the window. We give you a low, a medium, and a high price to list at, so we can kind of navigate this and come up with a plan that works best for you in selling your property. Marketing and learning about the housing market are 2 things that you definitely can do and learn about when you're selling your own home. But 2 things that really sets agents apart from selling on your own is liability and contracts. Today, when selling a home, there's so many legal documents, regulations, disclosures that need to be given to certain buyers. And if you're not well versed in that, you could get sued. So managing your liability is huge when selling real estate. Minimizing liability is one of the most important things in selling real estate. So whenever you're selling, there's state-required disclosures and regulations that you need to follow. And if you don't follow that to the letter of the law, you could open yourself up to lawsuits and liability. So let's go back to why we're selling your home by yourself in the first place. To save money, right? But if you don't have the proper disclosures or paperwork in line, it could cost you money in lawsuits and legal fees in the long run. So us real estate agents, we're well versed in all the paperwork necessary to complete your transaction. And our expertise is minimizing your risk and your liability and making sure that you don't have any legal disputes. A for sale by owner, the last thing that they have to go over is negotiations and contracts. Selling a home is a very emotional process, right? You're giving up your home that you've had so many memories in, and that can be hard for you to look through an objective lens at offers and negotiations. So if you're selling a property on your own, you're going to have to negotiate with a lot of people, right? The buyer who wants the best deal possible, the agent who's looking to, cut corners and save money for their client as much as possible, the property inspector that works for the buyer, so they're going to basically side with the buyer on most things, and the appraiser who also works for the buyer. So all these people are kind of working against you. Unless you have somebody that's a third party who's looking out for your best interest, you could be getting taken advantage of. Rather than going toe-to-toe with all these people, you lean on a real estate agent, they can go to work for you. They can fire back on what's really important and negotiate a favorable deal for both parties involved so that you're not getting taken advantage of. Let's say you're selling a house by yourself and you're reviewing contracts. Do you know which one is the best to pick? Is it the one that's the highest price? How do you know for sure, right? If you lean on a real estate agent, we're the ones that can tell you this buyer can perform, this one probably can't. This one's offering way too much. Is that appraisal going to come in? There's little tips and tricks that we know that can look at an offer and say, this is a great offer and these can get it done. So what's the bottom line? Selling a home by yourself may be appealing at first, but once you dive in and you look at the challenges and the time and stress and the headaches that are going to come, it's kind of worth it to pay the 5% and make sure that you're covered and agents are working on your behalf. So if you're thinking about selling your property, make sure you call me, Tyler Timmer with Think Real Estate Benefits. We can sit down and talk about what advantages I can bring to you and how much we can make you in selling your property.